Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out Tom MacDonald doing this song called Fake Woke. I had a friend of mine tell me I needed to check it out. It was a rapper. You know, rap's not really my wheelhouse. I'm more of a rock metal guy. But he said this guy's kind of controversial, so we'll dig into it and see what we all think. So first we'll pull up his Wikipedia page and see what it says. Okay, we got his Wikipedia page pulled up. It says here he was born in September of '88. He's a Canadian rapper, singer, songwriter, and former professional wrestler. Oh goodness! I guess if Chris Jericho can go from wrestler to rock star, I guess someone can go from wrestler to rapper. Scroll down a little bit. It says before becoming a rapper, he worked as a professional wrestler under the ring name of All Star. He first rose to fame as a rapper after releasing the single White Boy in February of 2018. He released the song Straight White Male, written about his belief that straight white men were being demonized in 2019. The song was criticized by many for its subject matter. In September of 2019, he released a single Clone to Rappers, on which he rapped about the conspiracy theory that the Illuminati was cloning rappers and disposing of their originals. What the hell? That's a hell of a conspiracy theory, let me tell you. In March of 2020, he released the singles I Don't Care and the Cornholio Sickness. The latter of which was written about the Cornholio stuff, and then Garrett Gravely of the Dallas Observer criticized the song for factual inaccuracies, misleading verses, and weak analysis in its lyrics. Throughout 2020, he released 20 singles. Wow, that's a busy year, including White Trash, Sellout, Best Rapper Ever, Cancer, Angels. In January 21, he released the single Fake Woke, which is the one we're going to be checking out today, which debuted at number 96 on the Billboard Hot 100 the following month. He cited the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Joe Cocker, Janis Joplin, Eminem, and Aerosmith as musical. And to be a rapper, he's got a lot of rock influences. He stated on Facebook that he considered Eminem to probably be the greatest rapper of all time, and that Eminem was the reason he started rapping. I'm not real familiar with rap, but I do know the name Eminem, and I've heard some of his songs. But I have no opinion whether or not he's the best rapper of all time. Down here in his discography, see he's got 8 studio albums since 2014, and half of those have just been since 2019. He's got a mixtape. All of his singles. Seem like nothing. Here we go. Here's some that's down here. In 2021 is when he finally started charting on some. Now we're going to pull up the lyrics now. This is the website I use here. It's azlyrics.com. We're looking for Tom MacDonald, so you just click on the T. Go over here, scroll down until we find Tom MacDonald. Now we're going to look for, it's a fairly new song, so we'll go down to the bottom, start our way up, looking for Fake Woke. Oh, there it is. Now we have the lyrics pulled up. We will go over to the video and start listening, and that way if I need to read the lyrics, I have them up. Alright, so now we have the video pulled up, and let's give it a listen.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem
wow.
used to get...
Damn. Need to take a pause and have a sip of coffee with that one. Come straight out with the controversy. I thought this almost dropped the F-bomb there. I thought the first couple lines I read was pretty, you have to excuse me, I got the Get a screen above my screen, so I have to look up to see the lyrics. So y'all get to look at this crazy looking beard I got here. Wow. So the next line is there's rappers pushing Xanax to I guess that's a rap song I'm not familiar with. But if he mentioned race in the song, he's scared to get killed for it. It's more difficult to get a job than... Well, I have to disagree with that line. If you have ever purchased a gun, you do know that you got to go through a background check. So, it's called a NICS check. If you don't clear that check, you don't get to purchase one. And I've never had that much trouble getting a job. But there are people who have had trouble getting a job. So I guess you could go either way with that comparison. I guess it just depends on where you're from, what city you live in, what area you live in. Let's continue with the song.
Bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture.
Wow. Wow. That line right there in particular. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. You even see that in the workplace these days. I'm not speaking for my job in particular, but just the things you're hearing. Wow. I can see why he's considered controversial. This is the kind of things you just don't hear in most music these days. So whole harken back to like the 60s, 70s, and 80s eras type music, where they would, how do I put this? You would actually hear more people's beliefs and what's going on in the world that coming out in the music. Just seems like throughout the probably since about 2005 to 10 era to now, it's just everything just seems like it's carbon copied and just put out just bland music. Unless you specifically when it comes to rock, if you don't know which corner of the internet to kind of go and dig it up, the stuff you're hearing on major radio stations these days just isn't that good anymore. And I don't know how it is with rap, but I just know, being rock and metal being my background, that's kind of what I know. Let's get back to the video.
Runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged,
wow.
Guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got me too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play.
Oh wow, that line right there. That's just that line right there that gave us tiny screens. We think we're free because we can't see the cage. You think about, all the phone zombies you see walking around. People just walking around on the sidewalks. Got my phone right here. You see them walking around just doing this right here. You see them sitting on park benches like this. Kids sitting down at the dinner table like this. In airports, bus stations. Everyone's got their phone buried in that screen. It's, I couldn't really, I don't want to compare that to the travesty that was slavery. But, if you look up this strict definition of slave, people are a slave to their phones. We're hooked to them. We're addicted to them. It's reality. It's been that way for, I don't know, 15, 20 years now.
People to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake, whoa. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake, whoa. Same old safe zones. They so fake, whoa. Facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite art.
I'll pull these lyrics back over here so everyone can read them. Okay, now we get the lyrics pulled back up. Let's go back up here. Where's that line at? Yeah, this line right here is from earlier. That's some truth there. And this is the other line I was talking about here. You know, just everyone just buried in that phone screen. Wow. Yeah, that's 100% true right there. Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts are just facts. And right here's where we're at in the song now. Pause it right here and give everyone a chance to kind of read what Mr. MacDonald has said so far. Just pause the video and get caught up. Alright, now let's get back to the video.
Artist said he slays hoes, picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest.
We gotta go back. Hear that again.
Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives.
Wow. It's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. That makes you think for a minute. Really does.
Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties.
Go back.
Name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to.
Oh yeah, let's pull them lyrics back up. Here we are. Alright, let's scroll down. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. And the system screwing everyone exactly the same. We hadn't made it 2 lines into the song and I already had to pause it again and go back to the lyrics. Wow. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police.
You know, I'm like the biggest political person. You know, I do have my own opinion, stuff like that. But one thing I totally disagree with is when disagreeing with someone and calling them names, you know, calling people libtards or bigots or anything like that. We're all just human beings. We just need to sit down, talk. If we have a difference of opinion, we have a difference of opinion. It's just not, it's not something to criticize people for if they disagree with you. Yeah, let's get back to the video.
Y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already. They're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops. See what reaches you first. Segregation ended. That's a lie in itself.
That line right there. Order food and call the cops. See who gets to you first. See, me living out in the country, we're talking the cops be here probably in 5 to 10 minutes. Depending on if they have a cruiser out this way or not. But at most, I mean, probably top end, if they were the furthest away, is 15 minutes tops. How can I get food delivered out here from the city in under 30 minutes. So I don't know how it is in the cities, but I know out in the country it's a little different. And let's get back to the video.
Was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They so fake woke.
Wow.
Don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings. Violence.
Alright, let's flip back over to the lyrics and get caught up on the song here. Here's a line of order: food and call the cops who reaches you first. You know, we discussed that one. Give everyone a chance to read it. And let's get back to the video.
To get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what.
Wow. That's a lot to delve into right there. Let's flip back over to the lyrics here. It's like sleeping with the football team to try to be a virgin. That's comparing. You know, okay, I see what he's doing. It says use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. Yeah, so he's trying to make a comparison. Using violence is the last resort. You know, if you in defense of yourself or in defense of another, but using violence as a first means or a second means, come on people, that's not the answer. You know, civil discourse is the answer. You try to talk out your problems first before you resort to violence. That goes for everywhere from elementary kids on the playground to these politicians playing around in the political world. You know, it's a lesson that we all learned as children, at least my generation did, but it's been forgotten. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. Even you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. You could delve into the whole money and politics, where it's coming from and all that stuff. I guess that's what he's alluding to there. Wow. I see why they call him controversial. Let's get back to the video.
What it really is, removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How do we let them make...
I'm sorry to have to keep pausing this, but just that the truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. It goes up here to what he says in the chorus. Facts don't care about your feelings. I mean, that's true. A fact's a fact. There's no changing it. You know, you may eventually new evidence may come out where it could potentially change a fact, but you have to have evidence to back it up. That's why it's called a fact. Let's get back to the video.
Make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
He just had to go there.
So, fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe. Same old safe zones, they so fake woke. Facts don't
Wow. You know, like I said in the early part of this video, I am not the biggest rap fan. You know, I've listened to a little rap over the years. You know, anyone who enjoys music, you know, you do sample other genres. But I definitely see why they call him controversial. I really do.